Alright, the project is successfully signed up. Then you open this in your VS Code. You try to open in your VS Code, open folder, search from the folder where your project is being created, and this is the folder. I mean, our folders are, I think it starts with Angular or something. I have so many folders here. Angular 2024. Where is it? This is it. This is the folder, and then this is the newly created application, and then I open it here. Alright, so it is opening our VS Code. Is it? Good. So these are our folders. I'm not going to talk much on this because we have already discussed all these folder structures. But then I have my default component, which is what? The app component. That's the default component. And then while I'm here, I can now call the functions of the terminal and run the application, right? I'm trying to remove all this and enable all the terminal here. Yes, this is our terminal. Then for you to run, since I'm here, I think I'm done with the bed. The only thing I'll do is to kind of let me introduce the, after seeing navbar, I needed buttons. You know, we normally use buttons to test our installation, right? Yes. So this now I have buttons here. Yes. So I think I'm done with this. You must not necessarily, you can say ng serve. ng serve. This is what runs your application from the VS Code, your Angular application. So it will start running. Alright, it is building. I don't know why my system is slow today. Maybe I haven't done restart or something. Okay, it has run. So then you can hold your control key and click on this. Then it will open in where? In a browser. It is opening in this port 4200 localhost. So this is what you see. This is your application, but this is not what we wanted actually. Alright, so now let's go to the component. You know, this is our default this app folder is the default component. Then we have, it contains the app component. This is the index page. You know, we said single page application, SPA. So it has only one single page, which is called index.html. And this application, this index.html, it is being bootstrapped. That means it is being loaded. It is being loaded whenever you run the application. The index.html is being run through main.ts. This is the first entry file when it comes to running or executing Angular application. It executes through what? it gets executed through main.ts. So if you check here in the main.ts, you're going to see app component, right? Can you see app component? You see bootstrap application. This is where the application got bootstrapped. Bootstrapping means that's where it got started. That's where it starts booting. That's where it starts loading. That's where it gets initiated. Are you there? So then it calls what? App component. And then app component, it's inside the default component, which is app. Then under app we have app component. If you come down to app component here, you see app component.ts. So if you come to app.component.ts, this is what you see. Please, you need to be careful between here, this at and the end of it here. That's what we call component decorator. I think let me use this so you understand what I'm saying. My keyboard is having a kind of an issue. That's why I'm using this attached keyboard. So let me write what I'm saying here. Where is the document? This is what I'm saying. Component what? Decorator. This component decorator consists of, this is what it is. This is how it is. From this art to the end of it here, that's the component decorator. The reason why it is called component decorator is because it gives information about components. This component, this app, the component.ts. You know, we have said the other time that component contains components in Angular are the what? They are the building blocks, right? Building blocks for the app, right? Is it? Isn't it? Yes, it is. They are the building block for the app. But then, as a developer, what do you mean by component? As a developer, I can say component. Component means what? I can say a page. But when I say page, it may confuse you. A page that consists of what? It's a page component that consists of what? How many files? It consists of one HTML, is it? TS file, then what? CSS, what?
Yes.
TS.config, right?
Yes.
Okay, config.ts, sorry. Is it config.ts or TS? Let's check to confirm. This is our component here. We have the CSS, we have the HTML, we have the spec.ts. Right? It's spec.ts. Spec.what? That's what you use if you want to test the component. It is meant for testing. But the main things, the main files are what? 3 files. At least it contains at least 3 files. So then, if I want to call component on another component, before we do that, let's have our application running first. So now this app.ts, if I want to write content of the page, I make use of what? HTML. Now look at what it does. The selector here, this selector calls the name of the what? Component. Mostly, in most cases anyway, by default, all components start by app dash what? The name of the component. App dash the name of the component. You see, the name of this component is what? App.ts. I mean, app component, but it's giving it a different name by what? As what? App root. You're going to see when we create our own component how it's going to give it name. So whenever you want to make use of a given component, you go to the component, check the component decorator, get the name, get the selector. Once you call this selector in the HTML of the HTML file, can we see app what? App the root. That is what? That is the selector. So whenever you call this selector, it calls the component for you into here, but you have to import it first of all. So then that means here, first of all, we have what? Selector, and the selector is what? App the roots. That is our default app component selector. Next we have standalone. Of course, it is true. Right from Angular 17, all components are standalone. Alright? So that's the reason why, since they are standalone, when you want to make use of them, you have to import them and then you make use of them. Then imports. Here you can import. Here, well, the only one import we have is what? Router outlet. You must import this for routing. Then templates, URL. So the template, the URL for the templates, the .html, this is how it is being addressed. And then the style, that is the CSS, this is how it is being addressed. So if you look at it very well, this component, the component.ts class has called on or has invoked or has linked how many files here? HTML and what? CSS. Is it? So that means those three files we have mentioned here are now linked through who? Through the component what? Decorator. Yes, component decorator tries to link them up. So I think we're done with this. Now to the installation of the Bootstrap. Since this is like a general project we have started, we're going to do everything we have done right from onset to this present time, and I want us to do it very snappy actually. So Bootstrap installation, I will not waste time here. Inshallah. Bootstrap installation. So what do we do to install Bootstrap? We do it practically. You check first of all here under modules, you're going to see all dependencies that are necessary for your project to get run. So if you check here, you see Bootstrap here somewhere. Not installed. Thank you. So let's quickly install Bootstrap from where? From the terminal. Thank you. So how do we do that? You go to the official website. If you don't know how to do it, come to the official website, pick this command. Alright, copy it, come to your IDE. Let me split the terminal. Okay, then you press this. Then it will install Bootstrap version 5.3.3 for you. It is installing. Okay. Thank you. So installed. Please let me stop the video here. Just